So the Vegas odds for the 2023 Most Improved Player Award have been released. Caesars Sportsbook has Anthony Edwards as the betting favorite for MIP at plus 1,000. Tyerese Haliburton is second at plus 1,300. Jalen Brunson's at plus 1,500 in his new role in New York. And Zion Williamson at plus 1,600. This looks like a solid list of candidates. It's arguable that all 4 of them have a legit shot at the award, but there can only be one winner. So in this early race for MIP, the odds are pretty close. How do you make a prediction this early and with so many solid contenders for the award? You gotta actually look at the patterns, the history, what increases a player's chances for winning the Most Improved Player award. So that's the first thing we're gonna look into. The patterns that are common in past winners, and then I'll give you my prediction for the 2023 MIP. Before we jump into those patterns though, I just want to remind you not to forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more fire content, and let's talk about what are the common patterns among our previous MIP winners. In 2022, the MIP award has been won by players that thrive in the new age NBA. It's irrelevant to talk about the Most Improved Player award from the early 2000s because the game has changed so much since then. Looking back at the last 7 seasons, since 2015, the first year of the peak of the Splash Brother Warriors, the previous MIP winners were Jimmy Butler, CJ McCollum, Giannis, Victor Oladipo, Pascal Siakam, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, and Ja Morant. That's a wide variety of player types, but there's more in common only seen when you look deeper into things. So the first common factor between these past winners is that except for Brandon Ingram in 2020, since 2015, every MIP winner played on a playoff team. Ja Morant and the Grizzlies lost to the eventual champion Warriors in the second round. Julius Randle led the Knicks to their first playoff appearance since Carmelo left. Siakam obviously won a championship in his MIP season. Jimmy Butler, CJ, and Giannis played huge parts in their team's success and helped get a playoff berth at minimum. Improvement while playing on a playoff caliber team seems to improve a player's chances to win the MIP. Moving on, the next pattern I want to talk about is team success. This time, except for CJ McCollum, every MIP winner had much better team success the year they won MIP compared to the previous season. In 2021, the Knicks improved from the 12th seed to the 4th seed and made the playoffs. Siakam became a starter on a real title contender Raptor squad, much better than those DeRozan Raptors. Despite being the 2nd seed both seasons, the Kawhi Raptors had a much more legit shot at a title than they did with DeMar. In 2018, Oladipo led the Pacers from the 7th to the 5th seed. Giannis took the Bucks from the 12th seed to the 6th seed, literally from the bottom of the conference to the playoffs. In 2015, Jimmy Butler led the Bulls to the 3rd seed despite D-Rose rehabbing yet again that season. So the best chance is for a player that will be on a team that sucked this past season, but that same team has a chance to be much improved in terms of team success in the standings next season. The next pattern I want to talk about is next year's All-Star game. Except for CJ McCollum, all previous MIP winners were all either All-Stars the year they won MIP or the very next season. Ja, Randle, Brandon Ingram, Giannis, Oladipo, and Jimmy Butler were All-Stars the year they won MIP. Siakam was an All-Star starter the season after winning MIP. The only player to win Most Improved and not be an All-Star since 2015 is CJ. And you could argue that CJ is technically an All-Star caliber player. So it depends on which player has a shot at being an All-Star next season in 2023 or at least at the latest 2024. Now, those of you that like to look at the numbers, here's one for you. Except for CJ McCollum, every MIP winner averaged at least 15 points per game and 5+ rebounds per game. It's obvious that a Most Improved player would be able to score at least 15 points per game or more, but being more versatile and doing the extra things like rebounding impacts winning requires certain physical tools as well, all of which increases the chance for team success, which plays into increasing the chances of a player being recognized for MIP. So rebounding and scoring being versatile gives you a higher chance at winning the award. Another common factor to look into is whether or not there is actually a legit opportunity for a player to show that they have improved. Since Most Improved is based on the jump in stats and skill, there has to be an opportunity that specifically opens up that specific season for a player to take advantage of. For example, in 2019, new head coach Nick Nurse upgraded bench mob member Pascal Siakam to the starters and moved Serge Ibaka to the bench. In 2018, Oladipo was traded to Indiana for Paul George and was given the keys to to the offense after the Paul George era came to a close. In 2016, the Bucks got rid of Michael Carter-Williams and gave the keys to Giannis, who won MIP in 2017. Check out this jump in usage from the year before and the year each player won the Most Improved award. Except for Randall, every MIP winner had an average of at least 5.5% increase in usage the year that they won MIP. So the question is, who is on a team or on a roster situation that has the potential to jump up at least 5.5% in usage next season? In a broad point of view, here's more positional data. Since 2000, 8 MIP winners were guards, 12 were forwards, 3 were big men. 5 of the last 8 MIP winners were forwards, like Giannis, Ingram, Siakam, Randall. 3 of the last winners were guards, Oladipo, CJ, and Ja. And finally, here's a weird one for you. Since 2000, 5 MIP winners were from the Indiana Pacers: Oladipo, Paul George, Danny Granger, Jermaine O'Neal, Jalen Rose. Interesting that once again, there is an Indiana Pacer that's possible favorite to win the MIP. What are they feeding these players out in Indiana? Anyway, so to summarize, a potential MIP winner will play on a playoff team. They'll play on a team that sucked this past season, but has a real chance at improvement in the standings next season. They should be an above-average rebounder with the ability to average at least 15 points per game and over 5 rebounds per game. They should also be on a team that will be setting up an opportunity for the player to increase their usage. Positionally, forwards have the highest chance of winning MIP now, followed by guards. And I guess being an Indiana Pacer helps somehow. So between the betting favorites, Anthony Edwards, Tyerese Haliburton, Jalen Brunson, and Zion, with all the info I have, it's time to make a prediction. So let's get straight to the point. My pick for the Most Improved award is Anthony Edwards. Edwards is part of the new look Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota was already a playoff team last season, and they're looking like they will be a lock for the playoffs next season. They definitely improved their roster by trading for Rudy Gobert. That move itself locks the team in as a playoff team in the Western Conference. Last season, the Wolves were the 7th seed. Now with the acquisition of Gobert, they should at least be a top 5 seed in the West. Especially since other teams like the Utah Jazz are not playoff caliber teams anymore, so it's easy to see Anthony Edwards and the Wolves have a much higher seed than 7th next season. With increased team success next season and legit improvement by Anthony Edwards on the court, it's easy to see that he becomes an all-star next season or at least the year after. It's also not unbelievable that he can average 15 and 5 next season too. Finally, next season seems right on track for Edwards to take that next step and become the best player on the team. Being the #1 pick in 2020, the team will happily give Edwards the increase in usage and let him become the face of the franchise. If you look back on his career so far, all of this is right on track for him to have a breakout season just based off his talent alone. With the improved team around him and more team success, he can shine under the spotlight and gain a ton of votes from the masses. RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson competing for an increase in usage from last season is going to take away from both of them, and team success for the Knicks would make or break both of their chances for MIP. Tyerese Haliburton has a definite shot at the MIP and would have been my choice, except I don't believe the Pacers will be a good team next season. They screwed up the whole DeAndre Ayton thing, and now they don't look as impressive as they would have if they had gotten Ayton. So watch out for Anthony Edwards next season, making his first All-Star appearance, having much more team success, and winning way more games next year. And for all those reasons, the next Most Improved Player award will be going to Minnesota's Anthony Edwards. So that's all I got for you guys today. Leave a comment and let me know who your prediction for MIP is next season. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. See you next time.